Get empowered. Inspiring, motivating, empowering. This is the Bev Smith Show. This is the Bev Smith Show on the Empowerment Radio Network.
If you have a legal question and you want a legal answer to your legal question, get to know the Mcabee sisters, two lawyers, teaching us the law. Go to their website, www.themaccabeefactor, M-C-A-B-E-E, factor.com. That's themaccabeefactor.com. It's so funny we're talking about this whole issue of a judge in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I think that's appropriate for a racist, Jonesboro. Anyway, you didn't get that, folks. That's because not only does this man, white in America, holding a political office, so one wonders if he thinks about black people that way, how does he vote? What decisions has he made from his racist, ignorant background? And when I mean ignorant, devoid of information. Because once you have the facts, it's kind of hard for you to distort the truth. And the truth deserves to be heard by all. And we're talking about it with Charlene and Cheryl. And Charlene, were you saying something, or was it Cheryl? Because sometimes you both sound alike.
Well, it was Attorney Cheryl. And what I was saying was that the Republicans are saying that the Democrats brought this up just to be used as a distraction during the election. And yet the truth is the Democrats are silent. They have said nothing about it. They, they're just, they're not returning any phone calls to the people who are calling them about this. And they have had some tweets on their, they've been tweeting on it a little bit, maybe a little bit on their Facebook. But other than that, nothing. They're just totally ignoring it.
Let me ask the both of you, and I should tell our audience that these two women, locally in their hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, nationally, are known for being involved in social, human rights, and civil rights campaigns. And they've been on the front line many, many times. As you look at this issue of racism, as we talk about 2012, as we talk about an election for a second term, for a black man who is the president of the United States of America. As we look at the attitude that this man and his family have had more threats against their lives than any other president, including Abraham Lincoln, when we look at the caricatures of this man and his wife even being shown on a magazine in Spain, and I have the French painting, I have it in my home, and the woman is a slave, and in those days, the black woman was owned by a French artist who was a woman, and she painted her naked. The French, as well as the English, thought the body of a black woman was beautiful. The English took a black woman, chopped her body up, put her on after displaying her behind. Isn't that interesting? But anyway, my question to you both. I'm thinking with this man, and the sheet is off. The sheet is off, Representative Hubbard. I'm thinking, what kind of laws has he passed with this kind of an ignorant attitude? What should we be concerned about what he has said, and should we be concerned that the media is not talking about it, or do we have to really face what Minister Louis Farrakhan has been saying all along, that it's time for black people to unite and come together and form us as strong as a unified community as our Spanish-speaking friends have? I relinquish the floor to you ladies.
Well, this is Attorney Charlene Mcabee. I truly agree with that statement statement. I think that we have to have a united front. If we don't, we're going to perish. And I also think on this election that a great many of the things that President Obama is going through have nothing to do with anything but the color of his skin. And even the fact of the debate, when they talked about what he had to do and what he should have done and what he could have done, part of it they had to say was he couldn't really attack Mitt Romney the way he should have been able to, because he was an African American and viewed as an African American. And if he had, it would have totally have turned people off. As it was, he lost points because he wasn't able to go into some of the things that were right there and that he should have been able to. And most of the things that are going on and that are being talked about and whatever have nothing to do with his status and his state. If a Caucasian man had done the things that President Obama has done, they would be touting him from hill and dale, because they say that this election is because of reproductive rights and this and the other. And in actuality, President Obama is for keeping school programs and protecting domestic violence from women and keeping helping single mothers and keeping kids in college. It's about rich and poor. And it's not about gay marriage or reproductive rights. It's about family issues and what we need, and whether or not, how bad can it be that he has a health program so that people who have health issues can go to the hospital and be taken care of? How bad can that be?
Well, the stories,
terrible.
The stories are just unbelievable. And I watched, I mean, we might as well bring this into the topic because it's all related. I watched the lecture that Mitt Romney gave, and as the president was reciting about the status of sick people in America and how they've come to him. I mean, the women who have autistic children, and the politicians cut off the benefits to these children without a thought. And I just want to smack them. Excuse me. I just want to smack them. I just want to smack them because this is our taxpayers' dollars. You're not playing with monopoly money here. We pay into the city taxes, county taxes, state taxes, federal taxes, and we appoint you, and you are paid with the taxpayers' dollars that we pay into the system. You're paid to represent us. Ding, 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 ding. You're paid by our dollars that we earn working. So Mitt Romney's family can be rich, but he's nothing like his daddy. But anyway, so his family could be rich. He didn't work a day for that. There were people that worked for him, and he breaks the unions up. So what I think we're looking at, and what I want to ask you, Cheryl, is do you think that what we're looking at across the board, not just with this man who happens to be white, but we have a lot of ignorant Black folks who don't know their history, who don't know who they are, who don't know the achievements of their people, and would hear a statement like this and give a justification. Just watch Fox and watch the parade of coloureds, CULLUDS, with degrees behind their name talking about the justification of saying that people just want to live on the dole here in America. These are taxpayers' dollars. And I think what we're looking at, Cheryl, is ignorance, both on the part of this man, which scares me because he's passes laws, and on the part of us, because we're not into our history like our Jewish friends are and our Cuban friends are.
Well, I think you're right. I think we are looking at ignorance. And when you look at the statement he made about Nazi Germany, if that statement had been made in about the Jewish book instead of an African American book, the Jewish community would have been up in arms if someone would make that statement.
Let them know what the statement was, Cheryl.
Well, what he said was this. He says, American Christians are assuming a similar stance as did the citizens of Germany during Hitler's rise to power. And he's referring to how we're fighting immigration, and that the immigration issue, both legal and illegal, will lead to planned